welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. You guys have been with me a long time. You know my favorite topics. Real estate being one, and of course, food being the other. With me is Tim Gaglio from the Grill at Martin's Landing.
Correct.
Did I get it right?
You got it right.
See, even at this old age, I kind of remember some things. I don't remember everything. Okay, you're in the restaurant industry.
That is true.
Okay, so it's probably one of the toughest industries to ever be in.
I'm not sure about that, but I think
Well-
all industry is tough today.
Yeah, but for you guys, it's a lifestyle.
It
A
is
restaurant is a
lifestyle.
lifestyle more than just a job
Correct.
or a career. Why did you get into it?
I made an investment years ago for my brother and sister in Stanton, Virginia. We converted a limestone flour mill into a restaurant called White Star Mills. It's still operating today. And it became very well known with the people from Washington, D.C. on their way to White Sulphur Springs and the Homestead. And after a number of years, the Rouse Company from Columbia, Maryland, found out about it and asked me to open at South Street Seaport in New York. And that was really the impetus behind getting into the restaurant business. I opened the Coho Grill. We were the premier restaurant at South Street Seaport. And from there, history was made.
Yeah.
We went all over the United States with that concept. And that's what got me into the restaurant business.
Okay, so when people come on here, I ask them why they got into it. But one of the questions I ask is, when you're an entrepreneur, it takes a little bit of craziness to be an entrepreneur. It also takes support from the family. Did you have support from your family? Like I didn't have much.
Yes, my father and mother were very supportive of my business ventures. And I have to say that without a spouse or a wife that is also in the business, many restaurateurs have gone via the divorce route. My wife is the chef at the restaurant, and we have owned a number of restaurants together. So we spend every day together, and we work together, we fight together.
Welcome to the world.
But more working than fighting. But we've developed a team that has become successful in all of our ventures.
Okay, how long are you in the restaurant industry?
Since 1977.
Wow.
The Grill will be is my 43rd restaurant in my career.
Holy Michael.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to tell me that there have been changes in the industry since you started.
Lots of changes.
Technology being one?
Technology, prior to that it was handwritten dupes, and then it's gone to the POS or point of sale.
Right.
And my dilemma with point of sale is that it's supposed to augment the service, where a server goes to a terminal, inputs the drink or the meal, and then it's supposed to have been being made while they're finishing up inputting it into the computer. It goes to the bar, and the drinks are supposed to be waiting. POS, to me, is a deterrent to service because you have servers and bartenders staring at a screen, trying to figure out what to input on the side. Rocks, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, no lemon, a little more lime. So it becomes a deterrent for actually speeding up service.
And I so get it because my wife has a ton of allergies. She's allergic to tomatoes. So Italian restaurants are difficult for her. But she'll have Alfredo and she loves cheese, so she's good that way. She's allergic to citrus. So seafood is tough because most seafood has citrus in it. Soups are tough because a lot of soup bases are tomato based.
Mm-hmm.
So when I said we reviewed a lot of restaurants, that is a key factor in reviewing a restaurant in how they accommodate people who have allergies and issues like that. And I can get it. Now they're going to have to go to the screen, put it in, and then type in all these other things that they have to do. Well, they used to jot it down, give them the duplicate receipt, and boom, move on.
They're called modifiers. So there are modifiers to every single entree. Medium rare, sauce on the side, no salt, extra pepper, no pepper.
Oh, my God.
It's a lot. And it takes a lot of time away from the server servicing the guest.
Well, here's the law in the restaurant industry that I believe. You can have the greatest food in the world, and if your service is bad, people are not going to come back.
That's one of the criteria, and
You
it's
can have
correct.
good food and constant food, and your service is excellent, people are going to constantly come back.
Yeah. People will beat a path to your door for great service, but more important than great service is the quality and the consistency of the food.
Right.
And there's one word that defines my mantra in the restaurant business. Starts with an H and ends with a Y. Can you figure out the word?
Happy.
Hospitality.
Happy. Make the customer
Hospitality.
happy.
Well,
And you do that with
make-
hospitality.
That is correct. You have to exude hospitality to every single table. And I do that on a daily basis.
And it's not perfect, I guess. But you have to make it, I guess, as best as you can
Correct.
for the customer.
The guest.
Okay, and the experience.
Yes.
Right. And you know, it's so funny because it's like, all right, here I am thinking, customer? Client? No, it's a guest. In the
The
restaurant
guest.
business, it's a guest.
The guest.
Okay, here it's the client. You know, other places it's the customer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that experience is something that a good example is I mentioned to you some places that I reviewed because those pieces that you mentioned, hospitality, and they were great parts of what I experienced. So I'll never forget them.
Right. There's also another factor. It's called perceived value. And it's very important in today's climate that the guest feel that they've gotten a great perceived value, both in the wine glass, the martini filled to the brim, and the size and portion that's served on the plate. Not that it has to be overflowing, but it has to be, for the price charged, it has to be a well-perceived value on the plate. And we do that on a daily basis.
So I have to ask you that. First of all, we eat with our eyes first. Okay, we look at our plate and we say, oh, this is really pretty and whatever. Okay. Perceived value, I think for a lot of people is, oh my God, look at all this food. I'm getting my money's worth. And that's not the answer, but.
No. No, I mean, look at all this food as a sloppy thing. Well-presented food, a beautiful steak that is the right size, prepared correctly, the sides. You have to give people enough to eat, but it can't be like a sloppy buffet. Likewise, in the wine glass, we get 3.5 glasses of wine out of a bottle. Many places try to get 4 to 4.5 glasses. Many restaurants use cortinos, where they pour the wine into a 6-ounce or a 7-ounce little cortino or carafe. We don't do that at the restaurant. We free pour our vodka and our liquors, and we give a great value in the glass. Our martinis are spilling over, and the customers love it, and they respond to it, and they tell you that they love it. So,
When somebody walks, going from an insider's point of view, which would be yours, when someone walks in that door, what's the first thing that you think people should see to make them comfortable that they're in that restaurant?
see or feel?
Let's go with see first.
At the grill, it's we've renovated it, and it's a beautiful environment. We have a very large bar that's appointed with beautiful liquors that are lit above the bar, leather banquettes. It's just a beautiful environment. So the first comment is, oh my God, how beautiful this restaurant is. They are surprised to see it in Hobe Sound. So we've gotten so many compliments on what we've accomplished there. In all of my 43 restaurants, I have not yet received as many accolades from the local community thanking us for opening this type of restaurant. The second thing is when they finally get to a table or at the bar, we ingratiate everyone with ice cold cucumbers, with Italian olive oil, and Malden salt. That's our amuse-bouche, as they call it. That's our welcoming to the restaurant. And people love it because it's salty and it's cold and it's crunchy and it's healthy. Many restaurants will serve cheeses and salamis and things
Right.
like that. I chose to make it a healthy entry, and people respond to it.
What should someone feel when they walk into a restaurant? Because you said, I said see, but what should they feel? What's the feeling that you want to get across to people as soon as they walk through your doors?
That they're welcome.
Okay.
That there's no pretense, there's no obnoxiousness, there's not that you're not good enough for the restaurant. We have a beautiful place. We've really went out of our way to decorate it beautifully, and there are people that come in flip-flops and shorts, and
Florida, welcome to Florida.
yes, as much as it chagrins me that they do that, they end up being wonderful people that you get to know.
Right.
So,
You have regulars?
oh, it's like become the Cheers,
Really?
yeah, Cheers bar, yeah.
Okay. What kind of foods do you serve?
It's a classic American grill. We serve prime dry-aged steaks. All of the seafood is fresh. We always have at least 2 pastas, a linguine with white clam sauce, or linguine puttanesca or a penny puttanesca. We have a Berkshire pork chop.
Okay, so I heard that pork chop
Spectacular.
was unbelievable.
Yeah. Salads are hand-tossed. Nothing is made in advance. The salad dressings are made there. The meat is cut there. The fish is filleted there. So it's they call it a scratch kitchen, but we have really kept to that, doing everything in-house. So, and people respond to it. The people that understand and appreciate quality food are appreciating the restaurant.
Okay, so those guys out there that watch this know that my wife is a chocolatier, and we don't stock anything. Okay, we'll sell mainly to celebrities, but you're right. It's like, what do you want? I want a platter of 50 truffles. I want some rum truffles, some tequila truffles, and some vodka truffles. Okay, that's custom made for them. So I surely understand how important it is to have the so-called scratch kitchen and nothing like, hey, I'm going to go in the refrigerator and take off the plastic top over the salad and
You
just bring it
got
to the
it.
table.
That's how they do it. That's
Right.
how a lot of places do
Right.
it. Ours are hand-tossed for you.
Okay, and it's those little things that set one place aside from another, in my opinion. You know, like I said, I've reviewed a lot of restaurants, and it's kind of interesting, the etiquette in restaurants, and there were things that I never knew. I didn't know that all the plates should come at the same time, and they should come to the table at the same time, and in these highfalutin places. I look at one thing, besides the basics that everybody look at. I look at that when my food comes, it better be hot. And when my food comes and my wife's food comes, it better be hot. And if something is wrong, I want you to take care of it, because that's the most important. But don't, if you bring my food and there's something wrong with my wife's, don't just take my wife's, because now I'm sitting at a table with a plate in front of me, and I eat fast, so I'm basically finished, and then here comes our food. It's so important.
It
those little
happens.
things.
It happens occasionally. And at the grill, we have food runners.
Okay.
So as the food is prepared on the line and the salad's made in the garde-manger area, we have food runners that immediately take the food from the line to the table. And on big tables of 6 or 8 or 10 people, all the time, there will be multiple food runners bringing the food. And there are times that not all of the plates arrive exactly at the same time, but they're moments behind. Most food runners can carry 3 plates safely. So we have 3 food runners. So on a table of 8 or 10 or 12, it's a couple of trips back and forth to the kitchen. But I agree, the food has to be piping hot.
Yep. All right, we're getting to the top of our time. You have a website?
Yes, we do. The Grill, martinslanding.com.
And a phone number?
772-400-1911.
Okay, and I asked you that before we started, but I'm going to ask you this one, which I didn't ask you. What's the address?
It is 10431 Southeast Federal Highway in Hobe Sound.
So you're a mile north of Bridge Road?
Bridge Road. Correct.
On the east or west side?
We are on the east side.
Okay, guys, take it from me. I've been to a million restaurants. Any restaurant that's high-end, reasonably priced, that makes the stuff not prepared prior, is a restaurant you want to eat. Go check them out. Okay, let me know what you think. We'll keep you posted. I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Everybody have a great day. Eat well, and we'll be right back.